if you come into London, I do like to share things with you that, of course, you may or may not have known or seen or knew about, because it's kind of interesting, particularly to people in other parts of the world. And this particular venue, I just wanted to talk very briefly to you about, because it was literally on this day, way back in 1953, that BBC Television acquired this historic theatre in the very heart of Shepherd's Bush, the then known Shepherd's Bush Empire, which then became famously and universally known as the BBC Television Theatre. This was a full 8 years before BBC TV Centre, or Television Centre as it was then known, opened in 1960. And quite literally, it's steeped in history. Now, the theatre itself, as I say, started out at the turn of the last century, being built by the brilliant theatre architect Frank Matcham. He was responsible for all the big theatres like the London Palladium, the Hackney Empire, so many. But as, of course, audiences dwindled and stopped coming to the theatre in view of the brand new television service that really kick-started, all thanks to our late and wonderful monarch, Her Majesty the Queen, having her coronation televised, well, very quickly the BBC TV service needed somewhere to broadcast from. Now, what's interesting about this particular theatre, as I say, it's hosted all the major programmes that you can imagine. I mean, literally so many. Everything from the brilliant Generation Game, the Val Doonican Show, Crackerjack, of which I auditioned for. Oh yes, still got that letter, in fact. And so many other things. But in the latter part of its life, it was host to a nightly chat show 3 times a week, which hosted so many mega US stars, the likes of Bob Hope, the likes of Lana Turner, Anne Bancroft, Betty Davis, and the very final British interview of the late and brilliant actor Rock Hudson, who was in town to promote his stint on Dynasty opposite the beautiful Linda Evans. And what was interesting about this theatre and this particular show, as I say, it literally was on 3 times a week, and they had some incredible guests, just the guests that you could only dream of now getting. Sadly, many of them have simply passed away. Not just US guests, but also major British stars also, like the Beverly Sisters, and, great comedians of the day, Les Dawson, Charlie Williams, people that truly made us laugh. Guest hosts came along, like Sue Lawley, Joanna Lumley, and of course, allegedly, Prince Andrew's one-time favourite paramour, the broadcaster Selena Scott. Famous basically because she kind of looked like a very younger, if you like, Princess Di, or should I say older Princess Di, get that the right way round. But if you are in London and you fancy having a look, and including walking down the side street and looking at the stage door, where all of those wonderful stars walk through, then this is genuinely a free spot for you. There is a blue plaque outside there as well. And when you think about it, you kind of think it all went on literally here, and quite many more years before the BBC TV Centre. It's definitely a free stop on your cultural tour of London. Easy to get to on the 94 bus or the 148 bus, or Shepherd's Bush Green tube station. And as I say, it's nice to share these things with you because, as I say, way back in 1953, while the sort of fortunes of this wonderful Matcham Theatre looked in peril, the BBC did save it and made sure that it survives even today, this time, of course, as a rock concert venue, and doing still incredibly well. Frank Matcham, the theatre designer extraordinaire, would indeed be very proud that the curtain still rises nightly at Shepherd's Bush Empire. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.